He was playing, I think, Harrah's in Reno. Somebody said, "Do Come On to My House." And she said, "You want to hear Come On to My House without Rosemary Clooney?" And she turns to the band and says, "Play." And she walked off the stage, got into her car, drove on the wrong side of the road all the way from Reno to Tahoe on the California side. And then she just had a total breakdown.
It's not like anyone sat us down and said, "Your mother has snapped and she'll be going away now." She sat us down and said, "I've made a lot of dumb mistakes, and I am going to try and be a mother."
I can't say that I would do anything different because I would be afraid I would not be in the same place today. And I'm very happy in the place that I am today.
After weeks of treatment in Mount Sinai Hospital in Beverly Hills, Rosemary was released. Glad to be back home, she opened her arms and her home to family and friends.
Probably because I didn't have a home. I never had a house that my mother and father lived in together. I never really had a house that I lived in for very long until I came here.
With the help of her family, Rosemary Clooney was able to make a full recovery. That same love and support would hold the Clooneys together again when in 1976, Rosemary lost the most important person in her life. On August the 4th of that year, Rosemary and Nick's beloved sister Betty died suddenly from an aneurysm. She was only 45 years old.
Betty, I'm mad at her still. She bailed too soon. It just happened overnight. It happened on Friday. Her daughter was going to get married on Saturday, and instead of that, we buried Betty. It was sudden, and I don't think I'll ever get over it.
In Rosemary's life, she lost not only a sister, but she lost a friend. Betty was her best friend. And it was very sad because they were so close, so very close. Even though they had parted in singing, they never parted their love for each other.
Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
The Clooneys pulled closer together in the wake of Rosemary's breakdown and Betty's death. Gradually, Rosemary was able to rebuild her career. Much of her comeback can be credited to the support of her younger brother Nick, who by now was a broadcasting star in his own right.
When I was a little kid in Maysville, Kentucky, I thought that everybody's older sister sang like that. Now I'm a lot older and perhaps a little wiser. I know that nobody's older sister sings like that.
A young actor like you. Quite a young actor, I think I should point out.
Not that young, George. I don't think you want to go into this.
No, well, you're older.
Well, older, yes, but not really. I wouldn't say old.
What George Clooney learned from his parents was undoubtedly those good old-fashioned family values: love, loyalty, respect.
You won't relate to this, George, but we're talking about a fella who finds his family boring.
Gee, I couldn't imagine.
He also learned a sense of perspective, that whatever fame you have today can be, gone tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe let's stop hanging out with you.
It's the Nick Clooney Show!
Unlike his musical sisters, Rosemary and Betty, Nick Clooney's first love was broadcasting.
Sometime outside today, there's a young figure, I'm not going to point a finger at which one it was, but he came up to me and he said, "Hey," he says, "aren't you Nick Clooney?" I said, "Yes." Yes. And he said, "Gee," he said, "you don't really look so good right up close."
Over the course of a long and successful career, Nick has hosted an amazing variety of programs, from morning radio to talk shows to the nightly news.
Well, the ratings were very low for Channel 12's news. In fact, they were abysmal, and morale was lower than the ratings. And then when they hired him, we said, right, you've hired Nick Clooney to be our anchorman. He's handsome, and he's charming, but what credibility does he have? We thought, are they going to bring in the band he had on his variety show, and we'll set the news to music?
Think of the family name now. Now get up.
That's what we really thought. And after about a month, he had won us all over and turned it all around.
Nick's work as a news anchorman won him an Emmy Award for on-air commentaries. It also won him many loyal friends.